Namaskar. We are very happy to bring to our studio Rangmanch the third artist of this series, Vidushi Chitra Venugopalji, and it gives me immense pleasure to have with us one of the finest artists, one of the finest human beings that we could possibly have for this session. And as our tribute to her, we have named this episode Chitrayan, in which we will show her journey with Kathak, which has been over 60 years, and how she has contributed to every part of Kathak. I have a very, very sweet memory. I'm indeed fortunate to have learned a couple of years from her when she was in Calcutta, and I remember how I met her at Aminuddin Dagarji's place when she had just come to be in Kolkata, I think, for a couple of years. When I met her, I saw her as someone so graceful, so full of love, so full of poise. I was immediately won over by her. I had just lost my Guruji, Hari Guruji Pandit Ramnayan Mishraji, and I was in that zone. It was very difficult for me to accept somebody else as my Guru. But I feel that the vibration of Chitradi was so strong that automatically I developed a connection with her. We all know that Chitradi has been serving Kathak for a good 60 years. It's a long journey. And she began at a very tender age. And we also know that she comes from a family of artists. And we all know that Maya Rao, she's sister of Maya Raoji, Vidushi Maya Raoji. She had some of the best gurus. She learned from Sohan Lalji, then her sister, of course, who needs no introduction, Vidushi Maya Raoji, and her husband, Natarajaji in Natya Saraswati Center. I'm told that when she started dancing, she took it just as a hobby. And then she realized her passion and she continued to take it as a profession. She was one of very few to be selected by Bharatiya Kala Kendra, and I think she got a scholarship to work with some of the best of our maestros like Pandit Shambhu Maharaj and Pandit Birju Maharaj. And she has worked in tremendous number of ballets. Kumar Sambhavam is one of them, and I used to hear stories of her performances from none other than Aminuddin Dagarji, who did also a part of the music of Kumar Sambhavam. And I remember this somehow very distinctly because in my sessions with Guruji, I used to call Dagarji Guruji, he used to regale me with these stories and the rehearsals that they used to have. And then we all know that Chitradi has performed all over India, all over the world, and her choreography is flawless. choreographic work Abhigyan Shakuntalam, where I'm told she worked with 100 dancers. What an impossible feat, but of course, being Chitradi, who she is, she did it beautifully. And she also has done many choreographic pieces. She has composed choreographed like Jhansi Ki Rani and even Chandalika. In a stint in UK when she accompanied her husband and also in Cairo, she worked with the children there, and there also she produced beautiful productions. And Chitradi's one very outstanding quality I feel is her tolerance and patience to work, which I also observed when I learned from her, and that eye for detail for every little bit. And when she taught, she always underlined the important parts that needed to be concentrated upon. Chitradi is a sadhika. Very few words can really describe such an artist, and it's very tough work to do so. She has been awarded Kalasri by the state, then also Rajyotsav Award, and she's also received an award from Ministry of Culture and Human Resource for her work on Abhinay. Happy to have with us Vidushi Chitru Venugopal ji. Sasatra Pranam Didi to our Rangmanch studio, and thank you so much for providing us with all the information, all the videos and the clips. A very big thank you and pranam.
Fellow travelers in a dance, and I hope I'll do justice to my interview. Thank you. First, I would like to take a sloka from with Saraswati, and then on Shiva. Ya kuntendu tushar har धवला या शुभ्र वस्त्रा वृता या वी वरदण्ड मण्डितकरा या श्वेत पद्मास सदा या ब्रह्माच्युत शङ्कर प्रवर्तिभिः देवैः सदा वन्दिता सा मां पातु सरस्वती भगवती निःशेष जाड्यापहा आङ्गिकं भुवनं यस्य वाचिकं सर्वान्मयम् आहार्य चन्द्र तारादि तुं नमः सात्विकं शिवम्. My journey in dance spans almost up to 80 years because I started dance as a child of 4 years. But this whole journey has been most interesting and most rewarding. Though I started, though I dedicated my dance only to as a worship to the Lord's, and the turnout on my and success in my life has been just God given. So I would like to tell you, my parents were very fond of dance and music, and once they came to went and saw Sohanlalji perform Kathak, and they fell in love with that medium, and they made him and asked him to teach his. My father asked him to teach his children. So my sister Uma Rao and I started when we were hardly 4 and 6 of age. But because Didi was hard, my Didi Maya Didi was 12 years old, there was a taboo, and finally she persuaded my father and started learning. It was good that they started, she and my brother Ramesh started, and it was very short time that Sohanlalji was in Bangalore. After that he migrated to Chennai and became a dance director for films, and that's how our lessons came to an end. But Didi was so good at dance even at then, and she was a born choreographer. So she and M.S. Natarajan, they opened a school called Natya Saraswati, and that's where I had formal dance lessons, and that's how I came up to college life. I was really dedicated to dance, and all the competitions we had in the college, I would stand first in it. And luckily in the year 1955, Didi got the scholarship, Government of India scholarship for dance to learn under the veteran Sri Shambhu Maharaj. And after she went and completed her 3 years, by that time I had finished my college, and she persuaded me to apply for the scholarship, and by God's grace I won the scholarship. She was the first South Indian to receive the scholarship and the first scholarship holder, and I became the second South Indian to achieve this prestigious award. 57, 58, I went to Kala Kendra with my lesson starting with Guru Shambhu Maharaj Ji, and it was a pleasure to have the lessons with him. He's such a dear person, and I mean, he treated us like his own children and taught us without any reservations. Kumudini Lakya and I were in the same batch, and we used to go learn Kathak in the morning, and in the evening, whenever the evenings were free, Didi would teach me the Jaipur style of Kathak because she needed practice. She had engaged in Tabaliya, and we used to practice. And dear Briju Maharaj Ji also used to take classes for all the senior students who participated in his ballet. And that's how we spent almost 12 hours in a day to learn. And that's the best learning period I had. And secondly, we were selected, Didi and I were selected for Devendra Shankar's choreographed Ramalila, and in that Didi also helped him with the Kentian dance, which for the Sri Lanka Sita's scene, Shokwatika, and it was such a pleasure because 18 nights we had continuous programs of Ram Leela, each day different, not different, but the stages were in 3 parts, and the action would start on one stage and continue till the last stage. And this was exactly what it was like, unimaginable phase for me. Secondly, the Kala Kendra had the top musicians and dancers, dance teachers to teach the students, because the Kala Kendra is to get a grant from the academy. And this is how when we came across the famous Daga brothers, who composed the music for all the ballets that were presented by Bharatiya Kala Kendra. And on one occasion, Didi just asked Daga Sahab whether he could give her some, because he had given a beautiful piece of music for the Shiva Parvati dance. He said definitely, and this is the time he gave her the Chaturam, which she choreographed in such a beautiful manner, and it became a very famous item in one of her presentations. Later on, we toured with all the ballet, with the Kala Kendra troupe all over India. And when we came to Madras, Sri Shambhu Maharaj was invited by the Sangeet Music Academy, and he performed his bhav so well that they were all the experts who witnessed him gave him the title Abhinay Chakravarti, and we felt so proud of her being his students. Before going to Delhi for my scholarship course, we had, my sister Uma and I had already established our school, and we had a very good set of students who were very competent, and that was the time when the two dignitaries from Russia, Bulganin and Khrushchev visited India, and Bangalore was given the chance to organize a cultural program at the class house, and Devika Rani, who had just come settled in Bangalore, was asked to convene the whole program, and that's how we met her. She came home and was very impressed with our students and the variety we had. So we were given the slot of three items: one a group dance, two duets, and that's how we came in contact with Devika Rani. And when I came back from Kalakendra, that was the year 1960, we got married, and my husband and I had been, we knew each other for a long time, and after that, till 61, I just had a small class in Dharwad, a small place in Karnataka, and in 61 my daughter was born, and thereafter there was a little break in my dance career, because my priority was my home and children. So till they were about 9 and 10 years old, I was keeping myself occupied only with domestic work. But then when we were transferred to Coimbatore, somehow a friend of ours came to know that I was a dancer, and he persuaded me, and he was also a secretary of the book club, which was very active in Coimbatore, and he asked me to perform, have a lecture demonstration. In the beginning I was a little apprehensive, but then I took up the challenge, and luckily Didi had given me a full-length program music, which she had taken to Russia when she had gone, so that came in handy, and I practiced vigorously for three weeks, and I presented the lecture demonstration. It was a huge success, and my name became quite synonymous with dance and cultural programs. Thereafter, it was a very bright period for me. Wherever we went, the clubs there were very active, and they used to constantly ask us to give programs, and I was also requested by the central school to start a class for the after school hours, and there also I had a beautiful set of students who were very, very enthusiastic, and most of them came from the IAF officers' children, and we presented quite a few programs. And the main program I remember was the Govardhan Leela, which again my husband gave a lecture on Krishna theme, and to support it, we presented the Govardhan Leela, and also we've had a beautiful program organized for it was 1971, and we had the IAF organized a program for the war widows, and that was very, very touching and very emotional part of it, but we enjoyed doing it, and we felt so happy that we could contribute in our small way. Thereafter, it was just a matter of not going ahead, and shortly after we were transferred to Calcutta, and that's where Dagar Saab requested me to teach Sushmita. She was a small girl and she was very talented though, even at that age. She and my daughter performed a lot of programs, and but our stay there was very short, so we were transferred to Chennai from there. So that part of my life came to an end, but it started again in Chennai. I was very apprehensive whether I could continue my dance in Chennai, but I was very lucky to get a break. The Punjab Association wanted me to compose a ballet on Abhigyan Shakuntala, and I took up the job there, and we presented the ballet at the Centenary Auditorium. I had, believe it or not, I had 100 students who participated, and the whole program was called by the press as a look like a professional program and not a school program. And but unfortunately, my dance career again had to be. There was a break. But in the year 1979, Doordarshan wanted me to present a shorter version of the ballet in the TV, and that's when we had it was short and shown in 2 parts, but I was not able to see it myself because we were already transferred to London, UK, and my last few days I spent at the TV studios doing the whole ballet, and my daughter also helped me with it. And then in the UK there wasn't much of a chance for us because we were far away from London, and of course we did a few programs at the Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan and the Commonwealth Auditorium, but that's it. But the next part of my affairs was very, very fruitful. We were transferred to Cairo, and there the ambassador's wife was good enough to give me place to conduct dance classes on only one condition, that no foreign students should be enrolled. But that was fine, because I was interested only in keeping up my art, and the students were very, very, very enthusiastic and performed very well. Cairo is a place where they have constant cultural programs involving all the embassies of different countries, and they used to organize programs. One was specially for Mubarak's birthday, and the others were by the cultural academy, which was very active. So, but the Egyptians are so fond of our Indian culture that we were we featured every time in the TV, and that's why our programs became very, very popular. And in the year 88, we came back to Bangalore, and by that time, my sister Maya Rao had already established Natya Institute of Kathak and Choreography by the request of the Chief Minister Ramakrishna Hegde, and it was a full-fledged college with diploma in the morning and Kathak classes in the evening. And I was plus 50, but my sister persuaded me to take the 3-year course in diploma, and I was so lucky to have the opportunity of working with her, because all along we used to only meet during summer. But this was a long period where I choreographed about 4 ballets for the 3-year course, and I got enough knowledge of theory as well as practical. And later on, about 11 years later, I joined Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan because they were in search of a Kathak teacher, and I headed the faculty. It is just that they had so many cultural faculties, and I took charge of faculty of Kathak, and they asked me to fall upon the syllabus, and we started the 5-year diploma course there. 3 years was the junior diploma, and the other 2 years was the senior diploma. And that you will be seeing that students of my diploma course during the exposure to the dance, you will be watching this shortly. Anjana and Shruti Gupta are from the Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan, and both of them are holding the 5-year diplomas. The two of them have dedicated their dance so much that they are running very successfully an institution called Space, where they teach only Kathak. And the programs they have organized are very nice. You will be seeing a clipping of their Durga Tarana, which I had choreographed, and you will know their standard. They are both very graceful and very good in technique.
Yela gadigan dha, tita gada gadigan dha da, tita gada gadigan dha da dha. Dheem tanadena, tadani dani dheem tanadena, tadani dani dheem.
I'll be failing in my duty if I don't acknowledge the knowledge I have gained over the years from my three gurus. Firstly, my sister Maya Rao, and then Shambhu Maharajji and Briju Maharajji. Maya, though she was such a legend by herself, living legend, had such knowledge and all that, she always gave me the confidence to start teach dance, and of course her sense of humor and made the whole process so interesting. She gave me the break in '88 when I returned to India, and she persuaded me to take up the diploma course in choreography, and that helped me a lot when I went to Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan, where I handled the students single-handed, and her advice even till the end was always there for me. So I thank her for it. And she had a beautiful way of handling students of choreography. She never interfered with their medium, so they were allowed to compose ballets with the medium they were familiar with. Her own daughter, she never stopped her from blending Kathak and contemporary, and that's why she became very popular in Bangalore, and she was responsible for bringing Kathak back to Bangalore after Sri Sohanlalji had migrated to Chennai. Secondly, Shambhu Maharajji was like a father's figure to me, and he always, even if in the class, he would make the class so interesting by narrating various episodes and Krishna themes and other things. So it was, along with dance, we learnt a lot of other philosophy also of Kathak dance. And Briju Maharajji, we were familiar with him even before I went to Delhi, because he had come to Bangalore and also stayed with us, and we had all performed at the Davangere festival, dance festival which the Karnataka government had organized, and he was like a family member for us. I thank all three of them and feel proud that I have had the knowledge of learning from them. years of my life in Natya Institute and Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan have been the most fruitful and most rewarding experience. In Natya Institute, I got all the students who were really keen on becoming professionals. So they not only worked hard, and they after finishing their courses, they all have got their own institutions. I would, Didi used to take the choreography and the Abhinaya classes for all the dancers, and I used to handle the Nritta and Nritya part of dancing. So it was very, very interesting, and the cooperation I got from all the students was so overwhelming that I really feel happy that they have all established themselves in the in their own fields, in their own capacities. I would like to name a few of the artists who have got awards and popularized Kathak all over India, and they have been participating in different festivals of India. The first, Madhu Natraj, my niece and also Maya Didi's daughter, she got the Bismillah Award in the year 2012. Nirupama and Rajendra got Kalashri Award, and Nirupama is again a member of the Natya Nritya Kala Academy member. And then Satyaraju got the distinction of Kalashri and many more awards. Then Suparna Venkatesh, she got the Kalashri Award and also a doctorate from the Bangalore University. Nandini Mehta got the Kalashri Award, and plus she got the senior fellowship from the HRD. Sai Venkatesh runs a institution called Sai International, which promotes young artists in programs organized every month. And he is also an expert in lighting and sound from Natya Institute. So all these people make us feel so proud of the institution, and I wish them all very prosperous future. Sum up this informal talk by acknowledging the recognition I got from the Karnataka government. The first was the Kalashri Award, the cultural academy which gives to top artists in the year 1997. And the second was the Rajyotsav Award, the largest award for artists, and that came in 2016. And I was also lucky to get the fellowship from the HRD, senior fellowship from the HRD, to do research in Abhinaya and in Kathak. And that was a very productive period for me, because I toured all the states, Rajasthan, We went to Rajasthan, we went to Delhi and then Bombay and collected data and research work. And I'll be failing in my talk if I don't acknowledge the help I got from my family, especially my husband, who toured with me and videographed all the artists, and we compiled the thesis in a beautiful book and to send it to the HRD along with the video clippings. I will be failing in my duty if I don't acknowledge the good heartedness of my student Shushmita. She was a small girl when I taught her in Calcutta, but she has on her own reached a very high standard of Kathak. And it's very nice that she has organized this unique program of introducing old gurus, which many people would be really not knowing. So I thank her for all the interest she has taken in in this program. My big thanks goes to Vikram Hatandi, my brother's grandson, and my daughter, who pushed me into this. I was quite reluctant, but she took all the initiative and has made this feature possible.
Of course, a very big thank you to Uncle for this wonderful video of Chitradi, and all the cooperation and this tremendous work. Devyani, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart, and pranam uncle, and stay well, stay safe. Thank you.